So would I recommend getting a GR86? It depends on your situation. If you have the means to afford it, yeah, but I wouldn't get this car if you're gonna, it depends what kind of person you are. If you're willing to deal with the, oh yeah, that's how you're feeling, GR? If you're willing to put up with a stick shift car, dailying it like every single day, then yeah, I mean, it's a great car. It's made by Toyota, so you basically can't fucking go wrong. I'm a Toyota stan, especially now. I think the Toyota car brand itself is like front of the fucking pack. Like, I think it's Toyota, BMW. As far as like cool fucking cars, Toyota, BMW, and like maybe like Ford or some shit like that. Like, those are the motherfuckers that are on it right now, in my opinion. Here's the thing, guys. I wouldn't recommend, personally, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't recommend getting this car as a daily. Like, I'd get some other shit as a daily, like that new 4Runner is like I'd stack my breech until I could afford that 4Runner, because that shit is sexy. Oh, this thing is feeling spry today, boys. What are we doing? Come on. I've done a few treks in this car. As you can see, 7,000 miles. I've had this car for like 2.5 years, so I daily this car, but I'm not really going like crazy long distances. Like, I prefer to walk, because I walk faster than this car fucking goes. I mean, it's a 230 horsepower car. Like, I could at a brisk pace, I could go faster than this thing, because I got some crazy ass legs and feet on me. But I took this thing to New York from Boston, so about like a 400-mile trek. It handled it like a fucking beast. I almost got killed by an 18-wheeler, and that wasn't even on me. The 18-wheeler almost took my ass out because he couldn't see the little dune buggy that I was driving in. That is the GR86. As far as Toyota goes, their service department has been top of the line, in my opinion. The only thing that happened with the service department that was like a strike for them, like they got one strike from me, was okay guys, I guess I'll just say it, blew the engine on the 86 like 6 months back, so I had to go in to get the engine fixed, and because driver error, I was being a fucking dunce. But went in to the dealership to get it fixed. They knew I was coming in because I had an engine problem, and as soon as I went into the service department, I drove right in. The fucking garage doors went up for me. They tried to sell me on an alignment before they even looked at my car. And if you guys want proof on that, I'm not bullshitting here. I go in because my fucking engine is on fire, and this is what the fucking shit they give me. Hold on, this guy's gonna try to murder me. Hold on, I gotta get through here first because this is like a stressful intersection. I wish I could trade cars with that black 4Runner. Are you kidding me? This is the goddamn shit they give me. Oh fuck. This is the goddamn shit. This is the goddamn shit they give me as soon when they know my engine is on fire. It's like someone strapped a C4 to my engine and blew it up. They know that that's the situation, and this is the shit that they give me. So they tried to sell me on an alignment, so that's the only gripe I have with the service department. I guess I actually have two gripes with the service department, because I had this motherfucker Fabricio. He was my guy at service, and that motherfucker wouldn't pick up the phone, so I had no idea. That GR86 could have been partying in Cabo, and I would have had no idea, because as far as I was concerned, it wasn't even at service, because the motherfucker Fabricio wasn't answering the phone. But I don't know, like, what else do I even talk about? I did a review on 5,000 miles. That was like one of my first videos I ever posted on this channel, and looking back, that was just a pure hatred video, so I wanted to give like a little bit of a better review. This car, I mean, it handles well. The only thing is like when you're on a highway, the cabin noise is really like loud and extreme, but that's what when you get it like a sports car like this, that's kind of what you're fucking signing up for, so that's not even really a gripe. I've been driving on New England roads, and for those of you that don't know about New England roads, they're quite possibly some of the worst roads in the continental United States, and maybe in the world. Like, I bet you can go to like Iraq or Iran or some shit and find better roads than the roads you find in the fucking greater Boston area. I mean, it's absolutely insane. So this thing has been 2 years on those roads in the snow. Like, it's been getting salt on the undercarriage and just doing it like it's nobody's fucking business, because Toyota knows what they're doing. So it's like, that's really, with this car, and I know it's like a Subaru, it's basically a fucking Subaru, so all my shit's basically just gone out of the window, because I just admitted that I'm just driving a Subaru. So, but it is reliable, because Toyota did have its filthy hands in the workings of making this automobile. So, I mean, you really can't. It's a good car. That, if that's what you fucking came here for, it's a good car. It's even a good daily. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would prefer dailying a different car that wasn't stick, to be honest, because I'd like to have this car as like my track toy, like on the weekends. You know how like old white men be doing it? That's what I'd want this car for. But if you're trying to daily this car, I mean, those of you guys that had Gen 1 BRZs, FRSs, 86s, you guys know, like, it's a good car to just daily around. You could drive it. I mean, it's a little bit of a harsh ride because you're on shit roads and you have a little bit of tighter suspension, but there's really, it has decent ground clearance for what it is. Like, you're never scraping on anything if you're going over speed bumps and stuff. It has enough room to carry shit. Like I said, I went to New York and I had luggage and all sorts of knickknacks. You guys know I carry around guns, drugs, C4. You guys know oh god, I mean, this is the roads I'm talking about. Like, we're just trekking over this like we're in some sort of fucking Traxxas RC car or some shit. Like, we're doing this shit like we're in a fucking safari rally car, and we're just in a street spec base model Gazoo Racing 86. So I mean, what more could you ask for? It's beautiful. That's another thing about it. I mean, if we're reviewing the miles that I've put on it, it's a beautiful car. Every time I walk into the parking lot and I see it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it looks like I'm James Bond. So that's great. It has Apple CarPlay, so that's a plus. 8,000 miles. I still have the same tires on that I had when I first got it. And I've done some pretty scandalous activities in this car, and the tire tread is still pretty good. I guess it needs alignment according to Gazoo fucking Toyota whatever the fuck service department. So maybe it's not good with alignments, because I've had the car for 2 years. So besides the alignment trouble that you run into with this car, I mean, it's really a peach, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the steering wheel is so fucking precise. Look at this shit. Look at what we're doing. Look at how precise and direct the steering wheel is. I mean, it's such a great car. And when you're doing like spirited driving, guys, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, what are you gonna do? Get a Miata? Are you out of your fucking mind? Get this or get a Miata? It's not even a fucking competition. This thing takes a Miata and just absolutely has its way with it. You know what this car does to the Miata? Have you ever seen a Mike Tyson fight in the fucking 80s and 90s? That's what this thing does theoretically to a Mazda MX-5 or MX-6, whatever the fuck it is. That one that's convertible in red, the newest one. It just decapitates it. Wow, I'm lost. I have no clue where I am right now at the moment. So I guess I'll go this way. I learned stick on this car, so 7,000 miles in. I mean, it's the transmission, clutch, just everything is so smooth. It feels like they took their time and crafted it. Another example of New England roads. This is fucking crazy. This car feels very well engineered. It feels like it's built good. The transmission, clutch, everything like that is just, I mean, do you see how much fucking movement we're getting on the head mount just off one road? Where even was I? Everything's buttery. That's all you really need to know. If I could describe this car in one word, I'd say it's smooth. It's well built. We'll do more than one word. It's smooth, it's well built, it's beautiful, it's quick. It's not fast, obviously, because everybody knows that the fucking 86 isn't fast, okay? So get your fucking ha-has and giggles out now, because I've gotten a lot of comments being like, oh yeah, but look what you're driving. Like, one time I posted some shit, and it was me doing a pull, and they were like, only 80 miles an hour? Buddy, I understand that I'm not driving a fucking rocket ship, but take that shit to the toge, and I swear it's a whole different fucking game, all right? What is this guy doing? Do you see the backup job that this fucking guy just did? What car is that? Is that like a fucking Honda Fit or some shit? This guy just backed up on the road with his fucking, his space heater that he's driving. What is that? A Chevy Cruze? A Chevy Spark. If you're driving a Chevy Spark in that color blue, I might as well ram your ass off the road into this fucking red building. This guy's lucky. Oh, I know where I'm at again, so I saved the day, guys. Don't even worry. So this car gets 16.5 miles per gallon. I used to get less miles per gallon because I was driving like a bit of a fucking maniac before I blew my engine and learned my lesson. But for the past 4 or 5 months, I've just been like dailing it, not doing anything too crazy. Like, I don't take it past 5,000 RPM, so I just drive it like I'm driving your mom's Kia Soul or some shit. And I average 16.5 miles per gallon. Which, I mean, you're not getting this car thinking it's going to be a fucking stallion on gas. So we all know that it's not going to be great on gas. 16.5 isn't bad, though. It is a small engine. So it's like, I don't know. Normally, I drive it every day. I don't do too long distances, but I get like a week and a half on a full tank, if that's. But it depends how much I'm driving, to be honest. So a week to a week and a half on a full tank. 16.5 miles per gallon is honestly kind of the best you're gonna get, because I'm driving like a grandma for these past few months. Mostly city driving though. So if you're doing highway, you could manage to get more if you're like fucking bump drafting another car or something. But what else is there to know? I mean, it sounds great. I have the GR Performance exhaust on the back, so that's a plus. 7,000 miles, it sounded great the entire time. I mean, I just love the sound of the flat four. I love boxer engines, the tone that they produce. Wet weather driving, it's good. You just have to know how to drive, and wet weather driving really isn't a problem. Like, unless you're Nikita Mazepin or some shit, you can drive this car in the wet. In the winter, when it comes to wintertime in the snow, this car is undrivable unless I haven't driven it on winter tires. Right now I have the fucking Pirelli Pilot Sport 4s. Right now I'm on the fucking C5 soft tire compound that they use in F1. I've been running those on this car for the past 2 years. So obviously it's gonna be a dog in the snow, but I have heard from multiple sources that with winter tires, this is the best car on the road. And I'm not even biased about that. I've heard that this thing is so fun with winter tires on it, and I think that's something that I'm gonna do when the coming winter approaches, because New England winters are no joke for those of you that don't know. So if anyone can talk about snow driving, I'm your fucking guy for that, because I have firsthand experience. Like, I tried to drive this thing home. It was like I was at a mall and I had to drive it home and it was snowing. And I honestly thought, first of all, I didn't make it home. I had to like park in a parking lot and then walk my ass home, which wasn't a problem because we already went over the fact that my legs are like fucking, it's like I got 2 giraffes hanging off my fucking hip bones. But where even was I? So it's bad in the snow unless you got the snow tires. I'm gonna make this thing a fucking rally car the next time that snow approaches in my given area. But yeah, I mean, this guy's stopping for me when I'm yielding for him. So you can go. It's my yield, buddy. This is the gas station that I use to fill up my car. If anyone was wondering, mobile one only. Don't go to Sunoco. If you have a Sunoco, if you got one, I guess we could do a pull. Take it to 5. Yeah, I mean, what more could you ask for? It's everything that you would imagine. Like, say you're somebody, I'm talking to you as a viewer. Say you're like, I might get an 8.6. Don't get the BRZ, because real men get the fucking Toyota. But I'm just joking, guys. Don't get fucking pissed off at me because I said some shit like that. Like, I know some of you are soft, so don't get mad because I said some shit like that. But get the Toyota. Don't be a fucking pussy and get in the BRZ. Like, be a bonehead. Get the 8.6. What was I talking about, bro? I already forgot what I was talking about because I went off on a fucking tangent trying to think of how to be funny because I'm a fucking idiot. If you're somebody that's thinking about getting a Gazoo Racing 86, you should get it because everything you're imagining that it's gonna be is what it is. There's no false promises with this car. If you can, you should get it in black because that's probably the best color that they produce for this car, in my opinion. I think I got the second best color, that is steel. So if you're thinking about getting an 8.6, I'd pull the trigger if you have the means to do so. And if you live in a good spot for it. I live in probably the worst spot that you could have with this car, and I make it work. So anyone can drive this car anywhere, to be honest. All right, you know the Matt Marauder video is getting serious when he takes off the head mount and parks up his car because it feels like someone's doing fucking brain surgery in the center of his forehead because the head mount just digs right into my fucking skull. So that's how you know you're in the fucking weeds of a Matt Marauder video. So I just wanted to wrap up this video with a few extra things that I love about this car that I want to share with you guys. Just things that you might not know. You probably do know already. One thing I love about this car is that the rear view mirrors aren't paint matched. They're just that metallic-y black with has like purple flecks in it. You can't really see it right now because I'm not outside of the car because I'm just in the cabin right now chilling and shit. But that's one thing that's a design feature that I really do like about this car. And also it gets cold. Because it's such a small vehicle, like I feel like I'm in a sardine can when I'm in this car. It heats up very fast in the winters, and you guys know I'm from New England, so I get to below 20 degrees in the winter, and it gets cold very fast in the summer. Right now in New England, we just had 3 days in a row that were like up to 100 degrees at the peak, and no problems in this car. Listen how loud this goddamn AC gets. Wait, give it a second. I bet you guys can fucking feel this shit through the phone. So the AC, it goes to monsoon levels of fucking air coming out, and also it comes out very cold. I guess that might just be like a thing with every new car, it probably is, but also the fact that it's a new car combined with the fact that it's such a small cabin, this car is great for when someone like me, I don't like being hot and I don't like being cold. I like being right in the middle, which is probably where most people lie. This car is great for that. And also, there's 2 additions to this car. This is the 2023 model. The 2024 is out, I think. I think people can buy it at this point. So this car's not that special anymore, I guess. But I did get the premium edition, and that's really the only reason I got the premium edition is because that's the only one that they had in my dealership for like the foreseeable future. They just had 2 premium models that were available. Otherwise, I probably got the base model just to save a little bit of money because I plan on eventually, like as the hot boys would say, modding this car. Because I haven't really modded this car at all, I'm kind of glad that for the past 2 years I've had the premium edition, just because that ducktail spoiler, goddamn, those rims, goddamn. I mean, compared to like the base model rims on the regular one, I mean, I don't really care for those too much. So I do like my Alcantara seats. I like my Alcantara thing on top of the Odie, and I like my Alcantara door guards here. And one thing that these things actually do that I don't know if anyone really talks about is if it's really, really, really hot outside and the car is just absolutely fucking baked inside, like you get in the car and it's like you're melting. Although it does cool up fast, if you have the window down and it is beaming hot outside, you can put your arm on this. It could be 300 degrees outside. You can put your arm on this and it's not hot. If the whole door, I guarantee you, if the whole door was this material, which I think it is on the base model, that's painful. Putting your bare arm here, you risk getting 3rd-degree burns on your arm. I should be a fucking hand model. You guys seeing this? Holy shit. I really should be a hand model, shouldn't I? Guys, comment down below if I should be a hand model. But this thing helps you in the hot weather when it gets really hot. You can rest your arm on this no matter what. It could be 500 degrees outside, you rest your arm on that. Anyway, I guess this doesn't really count. Like, I said 7,000 mile review, but I'm just kind of talking about the car. So I don't know if some of you guys are going to be angry at this content. Doesn't fucking matter, does it, though? You're watching anyway. But no, like, rear space here. Like, my seat is just, I mean... so I'm sitting in this car. This car is it's currently located in Massachusetts, but my seat's so goddamn far back that I'm practically living in fucking California. That's how far back I keep my seat. And I do have headroom in here. I'm a 6'4" individual. I'm however tall you want me to be, baby. I'm 6'4" and I fit my big ass in this car. So that's another one for you motherfuckers. Rearview mirror is pretty good. It's just like any other car. So like, what the fuck are we talking about? Got this little mirror situation right here. Got a little light. Oh, now I'm just fucking touring the car because I'm an asshole and I have nothing else to talk about. Engine it's never overheated for me. I never had RTV issues. I know that's a big thing. They checked my RTV when I got it serviced the second time because I asked them to, and there was no built-up RTV. I'm not sure if the RTV issue was only a problem on the 2022 model. I'm not sure if they fixed that for the next models, which would have been smart for them to do that, but I'm not sure if they did. But my car hasn't had any oil starvation issues. Anything like that, really. These heated seats come in clutch, though. These heated seats right here are a fucking godsend. I'm not sure if these come in the base. I think this might be only a premium edition thing. I mean, dude, when you're in New England in the winter and you go outside of your house and the second you step foot outside, your body just fucking freezes from the inside out, and all you want to do is get in your nice, cozy, warm sardine can 8.6, and you have these heated seats blasting heat radiation into your asshole. It's a godsend. So I would recommend getting the premium just for the heated seats, and that's just me. But I'm a fucking delicate flower, so like that's just something that might be just a me problem. And yeah, I think that's all we got. The lights in this car get pretty bright if you want them to be. You could do a little light situation. Who the fuck? No one cares about that, Matt Marauder. Nobody gives a fuck that you could change the way the lights look. Dude, nobody cares. But yeah, that's my 7,000 mile in update. I hope you guys enjoyed.